Okay, so as you can see, we've got our air handler installed. We've got it linked to the Wi-Fi, and I just want to give you a quick update on how this kind of works. We kind of looked through the quick start instructions, and it has a remote control, which is pretty self-explanatory. Just to change the temp from Fahrenheit to Celsius, you just hold the temp button in for 3 seconds, and it gives you a choice between the two. It's really easy to set up. Now, I will say one thing about when we first set up the system, and this is how we did it. You might have 1 head, 2 heads, 3 heads, 4 heads, depending on the setup of your system. But what we did is we did all our checks outside, detailed in the manual, made sure there was no leaks and all that sort of thing. And then what we did is we tested 1 head at a time. So what I did then is I put this head on the lowest possible temperature, and I think it was 17 degrees C. I ran it for 5 minutes just to check it was getting cold and all that sort of thing. And then I shut it off, and I did that with every head in my house. So I did it with 4 heads, and I made sure it was okay. And then what I did is I tested the heat cycle. So I used my remote control, and I put it on heating mode, and I put it up to the maximum heating, which I think again was 30 degrees C. And I checked it was getting warm, and I ran the head for about 10 minutes. And one thing I will say, when the system goes from cold to hot, it has to reverse. So what it does is it sort of reverses, and it takes a little bit of time to think about it. And then after about maybe 5 minutes or so, you'll notice that the heat will come out. So it's not instant because it has to reverse the entire cycle. And that's completely normal. Now, the great thing, I have to say, with all these things was I also downloaded the app to see how easy that was to install. And as you can see, I've got an Android device here, and you can see my 4 heads set up. And this was really simple to do. It's a great function, enables you to control everything and set everything, depends how you want to do it, but it gives you a bit more flexibility and a bit more control. Yeah, and it was great. So what I did is I basically set this up. Now I phoned the support guys because I just wanted to sort of have them talk it through with me, because I've never done this before, and they were fantastic. So you'll notice in your control box, this is where the controller, the Wi-Fi dongle is. You put your USB stick into there, as detailed in the instructions. And in this little booklet, you'll see it says there's a little telephone number for technical support. So if you have any issues with regard to setting up the app, all you need to do is phone the technical support guys, and they picked up straight away, and they talked me through it. I understood from the first one, and then they said, yeah, you want us to stay with you while you do the other 4? I said, no, I'm good to go. I understand it. So I did the other 3. And it was brilliant, We've got a tenanted suite, so she has control over her own temperature for her suite, and we have the control over the zones for us. And yeah, it worked out really well. So I highly recommend using the app if you get a chance.